Over the past decade, there have been rising national and international debates and studies on whether or not high school sports are beneficial for high school and aspiring college students. And during this past semester, as education and physical education majors, our class has critiqued and analyzed some of these studies. Some of these studies and statistics that our class primarily focused on were summarized into two articles from The Atlantic, an American magazine founded in Boston that focuses on foreign affairs, politics, and the economy, and most importantly, educational and cultural trends. While one of the articles greatly supported high school athletics and their influences on high school students, the other argued that high school sports in America greatly stunted youth and adolescent development using academic statistics from other countries. Although both articles used credible data and were written by authors with the utmost integrity, our group thought it would be interesting to go out and find some tangible data of our own to see if we could find our own answer.
Quote from Ripley: "Sports are a big deal here," says Jenny, who moved to America from South Korea with her family in 2011. Shawnee High, her public school in southern New Jersey, fields teams in 18 sports over the course of the school year, including golf and bowling. Its campus has lush grass fields, 6 tennis courts, and an athletic hall of fame. They have days when teams dress up in Hawaiian clothes or pajamas just because we're the soccer team, Jenny says. By contrast, in South Korea, whose 15-year-olds rank 4th in the world behind Shanghai, Singapore, and Hong Kong on a test of critical thinking and math, Jenny's classmates played pickup soccer on a dirt field at lunchtime. They brought badminton rackets from home and pretended there was a net. If they made it into the newspaper, it was usually for their academic accomplishments.
Quote from Bowen: "Ripley indulges a popular obsession with international test score comparisons, which show wide and frightening gaps between the United States and other countries. She ignores, however, the fact that states vary at least as much in test scores as do developed countries. A 2011 report from Harvard University shows that Massachusetts produces math scores comparable to South Korea and Finland, while Mississippi scores are closer to Trinidad and Tobago. Ripley's thesis about sports falls apart in light of this fact. Schools in Massachusetts provide sports programs while schools in Finland do not. Schools in Mississippi may love football while in Tobago interscholastic sports are nowhere near as prominent. Sports cannot explain these similarities in performance. They can't explain international differences either."
Kevin now was like in high school, and he had the ability, to play high school football. Say if that was like an option to be him, like for him to be a varsity starter, to be really involved with it or whatever. But say he decided that he didn't want to do that, and wanted to spend his time, doing something else in terms of athletically. So
Yeah.
maybe if he wanted to get into martial arts, or maybe he
Yeah,
was into like hiking or
Yeah, I don't know. I think as long as you're doing something, it's like you're not. There's no magic about like a team sport. I mean, for me personally, I see there are some great things about team sports, but for me personally, that's why I've gravitated towards track and field and martial arts, because they're individual sports. It's all about, and you're competing against yourself.
Yeah.
It's maybe that's just the way I am.
Sports pushes kids to do well in class and with classwork because they need to pass in order to play sports. This will also build my son's confidence academically because they will see that they are doing well in their classes.
In high school, I played normally 3 sports. My last 2 years, I played 2 sports. But it was a lot, practices ran late. And you had all these different homework assignments for different classes and projects and papers that you had to turn in. And luckily, the school I went to, you got kind of extended time to do some papers and things like that because of the way it was set up for each of the students. So it was okay, but I had a hard time handing in homework assignments and things like that on time. My grades and stuff in school, like my tests and things like that, were perfect. Like they were fine, but my homework assignments were something that really killed me because I was tired after practice, things like that. Some people worked and played sports, so it's like a lot. But I know for me, I was just like really tired a lot, and I went to bed early, and I woke up early, and like just was like a nonstop day, and that's what didn't kill me, but it was a struggle.
It just brings great experience. You go to high school for 4 years, besides going to school for 6 hours in classrooms, studying different subjects. There should be like a release valve where they should do something outside of academics, and it could be anything, from stuff after school, not even a varsity sport. They might have like after school activities, but I think it's a positive thing to do is for you to release just stress, frustration. Kids get burnt out from studying.
What qualities do you gain from playing sports?
Well, you gain the biggest one is confidence, and then after that, which people probably don't even realize, is a social aspect to it. You gain the ability to socialize with people, and you also gain one of my favorites, which is determination and chance. Because you get a chance to try again.
And do you think back when you were a kid, do you think like the goals of playing a sport were different than those today, like teamwork and?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, just the parents' attitude towards the kids are different today.
Using our interview as a means to collect our data, we discovered and decided that high school athletics are beneficial for students when they're used as a tool to make a student more well-rounded. The general consensus amongst our interviews was that sports provide numerous benefits, like general health awareness, create a sense of self, provide stress relief, team sportsmanship, and show how to work with or amongst our peers. What our interviews all seemed to stress was that sports should be a positive vessel or tool, and not a primary means for individual development. They believe that when sports take up too much time or are too much of a focus, then it becomes a significant hindrance. What they seemed to reiterate was that athletic participation should be well managed, and that if you are not an elite level athlete using it as a tool for an academic scholarship, monetary benefit, or for a job, then participation and involvement needs to be appropriate. All in all, our group concluded that athletic participation for high school students can be a significant aid in developing the overall adolescent, as long as it is not a sole focus of one's high school career.